gotta go through our intro, guys.
Lock it. Gotta be serious. It goes fast.
But those are quick. Brand new, no? You don't get those quick and feeder. We ain't used to feeder. Who's in the talk about that stuff? But
Usually that's
pretty quick on me. It's supposed to be pretty.
Yeah. No, all of that. He's gonna go by name. He did it last time.
No.
Yeah. It's cool.
My English is not working right now.
Now sit down. You stand up. I got it. You gonna be front and center. You gonna be front and center.
All right, Dave, we got him here, and we're going live with the East County post game here for Friday, September 19th, Dave. And we got the winning team here tonight, the El Cajon Valley Braves, with a great win tonight, Dave, at home over Castle Park, a second straight win for the Braves, the 32-23 in a hard-fought battle that, I don't know, guys, it had everything, explosive runs. You guys clicked on your big passing plays, and you had that defensive spark that set the tone early. Let's introduce the Braves, Dave, and then we'll ask them some questions. Who do we got joining? We got a group tonight, so let's have them introduce themselves. Thanks a lot, Braves, and congratulations on another win.
So we can start from the left, guys. My right.
Oh,
I think you're frozen.
Oh, man, Dave. Okay, let's see if we can't get the Braves back on. I've got the highlights ready, so let me see if I can't get to them here right now, and I will just cover the game here at this point, Dave, if you are okay with that. And we'll see if we can't get the break. They look great there. We had them for a second for sure. And then when we ran the intro, we lost them. I'm sorry, Dave. We're going to leave them right up there because they did so well. Let me cover the game if I can here. And maybe you can touch base with them, see if they'll come back on right now. Because you were watching it too. So we could talk about the great performance tonight. The Braves came into the matchup riding momentum. Here we go. Let me see, Dave.
There you go.
There they are. Thanks a lot, guys. Let's go start on one end and go from the other. Tell me who's joining us tonight from the Braves. 32-23 winners over Castle Park.
How's it going? My name's Laith Kamal.
I'm Bobby Bosman.
Paul Marcelin.
Leo Jones.
Mohamed Abdul
Gavino Kendall Pinnell.
Amir Miller.
Great job, guys, tonight with the win over Castle Park. Hey, start with Amir. He's on the end, Dave. Was that Jakari threw that 29-yard pass to you there? Beautiful pass. He kind of threaded the ball to the left side there. It looked like one-on-one coverage for a textbook pass and catch, and that gave you guys, I think that made it actually 14-0 after that big fumble recovery. I think Jakari hit the quarterback, and I think John Bier ran it in for that first touchdown, but maybe you can catch me up on it there, Amir, and you caught that second TD, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about that particular route there. You had your guy a little bit of one-on-one and got loose. Man, you guys are looking great on the passing game, Amir. Tell me what's going on with it, and maybe that play, that 22-yard reception.
It's one-on-one coverage, no safety over top, and I went up and get the ball, and that was it.
Now, coming into this one, guys, were you overlooking them at all? Were you going to take them for granted? I mean, the way that we were looking at it, as you guys would be pretty even, and it would be one of the games that you guys could definitely compete and pull it off. And hey, how about having 2 games out of the non-league games to start league? I mean, that's got to be good. That's got to feel really good, 2 in a row. And you got a winnable league. I mean, it looks like everybody's going up and down. I mean, Monte Vista just got unfortunately punched in the mouth 38-0 by El Capitan. So it's been going up and down. The Wolfpack has been up and down. So, really, the Valley's even right for the picking for you guys. I mean, he got 2 wins in a row. What do you think?
I mean, it's a good thing, and like you said, you never overlook your opponents. That's the number one rule in football. Coach Simon, Coach Siobhan, Coach Kevon, they always preach never overlook your opponents because then that's how you get smacked. So we always take our opponents very very dearly, and we always watch hella film on them, and that's it.
Hey guys, can someone summarize that first incredible defensive play of the game when their quarterback was kind of rolling out there? And did Chikari put that smash on him and Kashindi ran it in? You remember the first touchdown, defensive touchdown?
Yes, sir. That was number 9, Jakari. The quarterback tried to roll out, and we have a thing we do. Anytime a quarterback rolls out, we have a linebacker go down to try to get them from stopping them. So he went down, and he smacked them. The ball came out. John Veer came up and picked it up, and he ran it in.
Yeah, he really did smack him, Davey. But the kid was he was okay, but he was knocked pretty good. He needed some assistance there right away. These Braves were out there hitting, Dave.
Well, I got a little soft spot for you guys anyway. I did graduate from Granite Hills High School. However, I did spend 2 years as an Elkhorn Valley Brave, so I have to. I like to see you guys win too and pick up a couple, especially going into league play and kind of having a little bit of a lull in the last couple of years. Coaching changes, Coach Osborne and Coach Clifton. They moved on. Well, they didn't move on so much. I mean, they're teaching, and I believe Clifton's still coaching baseball. However, looks like Coach Simon's got you guys locked up, locked in, focused, and got you on the right track. It's starting to look like some of those Braves teams. It was just a couple of years ago. You guys were competing and making the playoffs and making some noise. Anybody want to answer that? You guys think you're that caliber and it's possible for you?
I mean, we'll see. You never know what the future holds. You got to go game by game, but that's just how we live by it. Every week we just go game by game. We watch film. We just study our opponents to the best that we can, and we go out there and we play our ball. So we gonna see. We see what the future holds.
Hey Dave, the Braves they were up there 14-7. Castle Park got on the board with a 27-yard touchdown pass, but the Braves responded in a big way before halftime as Babe Mossman, senior playmaker. I think that's safe to say, right, guys? He hauled in a 28-yard touchdown on a screen pass. Dave, the way the Braves were passing tonight, I don't want to, they were looking like a passing team out there. But, hey, Leo, the running game was good, too. You had that big 28-yard run that moved the ball into 15. I know that drive kind of stalled, but, man, the running game was on tonight, wasn't it, Leo?
Yes, thank you.
Tell me about your guys' running game and the big guys. Who are the big guys up front clearing the way for you?
So our center, Aiden, and then our right guard is Lath, and then our left guard is Paul. Our right tackle is Miguel, and our left tackle is Mohammed. And basically, yeah, they just open the gaps, and they're the reason I could even get anywhere.
Lath, when you guys are opening up these holes, how has this running game come along? We were a little bit, looking at these first results. I mean, you guys had to actually think you had a chance to win all 5 of these ball games in the non-league. Is the team just rounding into a better form right now, Lath, than those first 2 games? You guys were in those games.
I mean, every game we go into, we think we could win. We never count ourselves out. But over film, we watched that we need to communicate more on who's blitzing, who's twisting, and that helped us a lot in our run game.
So it's really coming together now. I mean, you guys have it seems to be more like a brotherhood too. You guys are I'm assuming you guys are locked in as friends outside of football as well, hanging out. lunch. I mean, just other places, not just football. Maybe you're watching the Sunday football games at each other's houses, and I think that that is one of the key things to having a successful football team, especially at this level. That you guys have each other's backs, whether it be defensively, offensively, and you know, picking each other up. Somebody has a bad play, someone throws a pick. Hey, shake it off. And I kind of see that in you guys too. That you're really locked in on that as well.
Good, guys. Can we respond to that?
I think he froze up
Oh,
again.
if not, that we got some great comments. Oh, there we
Wait,
go.
there they.
It's like,
Yeah.
It gets frozen there for a minute.
I think we're getting our guys back here.
So was there it seemed like there was.
Yep. All right, Dave, no problem. We'll see if we can't get the Braves back. We got some great comments from them. Oh, let me see. I got the guys back here. Even better. I tell you what, with each there we go. Perfect. I don't know if you heard the last. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if it looked like maybe end of the third or beginning of the fourth quarter. They were getting a little frustrated on the Castle Park side. I saw there's a little skirmish there for a minute. They had to separate you guys. Was that just a possible late hit that you guys thought it should have been flagged? You know what I'm which one I'm talking. You know which one I'm.
Yeah, it was just like football. I was protecting my teammate.
That's the go ahead, Dave.
No, that's what I was just asking. I mean, it just they got a little irritated, but
Yeah.
I think you were just worried about possible late hit, and especially when it's going on to the sidelines. But what I want to ask you, you take these two wins, and you say you're going to go one game at a time. What are your thoughts on the Valley? Is it attainable? In the back of your mind, in hindsight. Anybody?
Competing in league games.
I think league is very winnable. Like Lay said, we try to take our games game by game. So I mean, we try to go 1-0 every week. I think every team is very beatable. It's just up to our own team as a family to come together and try to play mistake-free football.
If you guys get a chance, this gentleman right here, Ramon Scott, look it up. It's in our archives for eastcountysports.com, and the title of it is 22 Warriors, and it was based on a great Braves team years ago. 22 players on that team, and they won a championship. So, you know, I know the history of the Braves, and even like Monte Vista is similar. Mount McGill, you guys have to play both ways because you don't have as many players as, say, the Granite Hills and your West Hills. You know, they have a lot more players going out, bigger schools. But some of these smaller teams, I mean, look at Mount McGill, look at yourselves. You got back-to-back wins, and the Braves have had some great teams in years past. I mean, Abraham sure is at a lot of your games still, Muhazy, and I mean, he's a legend over at Elkhorn Valley. And so you take this game, and I guess the next thing I'm going to ask, what are your thoughts on the next game, the first league game? Oh, man.
Oh, did we lose them again?
Yeah.
Dave going to play the Sultans.
Yeah.
Can you hear us, guys? They're
There we
going to
go.
they're going to buy next week, and then they play Santana at home in the next game. But let me continue to try to get them here while we're spinning. Maybe they'll come right back. Dave, late in the game, the Braves. Oh, here we go. I think we got them. We got them back here. Thanks for
We good?
guys. Thanks a lot, guys, for keeping with us here. So late in the game, Dave, the Braves first forced a turnover on downs at the Castle Park 30. That was really a key uh, defensive stop, but the Braves went right down and clinched it with a great drive, methodically moving down the field, and John Pierre Kashindi punched it in from 5 yards out to make it a two-score game because Mossman took a short pass into the end zone, guys. That had to give you guys a lot of confidence there at the end of the game. Coach Simon, Dave, said the team fought through adversity. The defense played well in the beginning, and a couple of big plays made it a close game. But through adversity, many of our players stayed together. Is that the feeling you guys had, man? You guys were fired up at the end of the game, guys. Someone comment on the excitement of winning this ball game.
Yes, sir. Like going 0-10 last year was not a good feeling for us. So we're just trying to step it up this year.
Can you also tell me about John Beer? Look, you guys have great talent. Looks like all of a sudden some guys are really stepping up, but he does look like something special out there, kind of out of the Brave mold a little bit, where we've seen some great backs with tremendous speed. We got jobbed on that 91-yarder, didn't we, guys? Tell me about John Beer.
Yes, sir. John Beer, he's a great running back. He's always helping everybody to become better. He's always picking one another up, even when he's down himself. He never gives up on the plays. And a good person, a good player, a very motivational person to keep on striving, push, and help to others push each other up.
That should have been a touchdown late. What did some? I hope no one on this screen was whistled, but hey, maybe it was. What happened
Walking it back.
on that 91-yarder?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
It happens. It's football, right?
Well, great job, guys.
Sure.
And you guys had to think, because look, it's going to be tough. But look, Valhalla, they can be had, right? You look at these other teams. You guys, the way you're playing right now, can really be a spoiler or give them a battle here in the Grossmont Valley League. We're really proud of you guys. I know you guys you got to be a little bit steamed there, because those were some winnable games. Anybody want to talk about the frustration of those first three losses and trying to shed that losing streak? Because those were games that we were in. Does anybody want to be kind of give me the real upfront juice on that?
It wasn't really a lot of frustration. We just had a lot of mistakes, a lot of uncoordinated football going on, and that's what was messing us up. But over time in practices and games, we continue to do better, learn what we're supposed to do, where we're supposed to be at on offense and defense, and just came as a team and competed.
It came above it.
Dave, it looked good tonight, didn't it?
You guys, I can tell you, you guys look like you were a team like Granite or a team like Helix out there. You guys look like you're put together, well-oiled machine, and you had the most confidence in this game, and I'm sure you guys agree as the game progressed.
Sir.
And anybody, Dave asked about the next opponent. We got to bye, so we get a 1 week before we play Santana, and you guys got to be riding high. Anybody comment? Can you comment on entering league play against the Sultans?
Santana always going to be a tough opponent. They have been for the past couple of years. But like we said, we go into every game thinking we're going to win. Then, because you come in with a losing mentality, at the end of the day, you're going to lose. So every team is beatable.
And Coach Estes over there, he always actually has great things to say about the Braves and the Braves program. Believe it or not, even though they're, one of your foes as far as on the football field. But he was actually a coach at one time over there at Elkhorn Valley. So he kind of he has a lot of respect for your program as well. But when it comes to lacing up the shoes and picking up that pigskin, it's all about who's going to get the W. And I think you guys have shown already with these two non-league games that you're on the right track and you're ready to compete in the league, and it's winnable. Anybody can win that valley.
Sir.
Why not take it for yourself?
Sir.
Great job, Braves. That was a great win tonight, and you guys got that late touchdown. Just shows how clutch you guys were to go ahead and put that final nail in there on the Trojans tonight for that second straight win. 2-3, baby, the El Cajon Valley Braves. All right, guys. Great job. Dave, you good with the Braves?
I'm good. I'm just glad that they won back to back and they're heading in the right direction. Maybe they'll win the next 5 games. That's what I'm thinking.
They know it. Let's beat the Sultans. We got them at home, so let's do it in 2 weeks against Santana.
Bring
Thanks
the
a lot,
fans.
Cajon Valley, and thanks to Coach Simon if he's there as well. Really happy he's taken charge and got this team back to. Hey, I don't know. They look pretty good. Look like the last couple of Braves teams before that last year there. So great job, Braves. Thanks a lot, guys.
Go celebrate your win, man.
Great job. All right, Dave, the El Cajon Valley Braves. Wasn't that great? A second consecutive win there for the Braves. We talked about it there, some of the highlights in there. We had Leo Jones, part of that good running game. They've got a good – Kashindi is something special for sure. Jakari Wash, not only a great looking quarterback right now doing the job. I mean, he throws the ball with a high lofting spiral that looks pretty good. I mean, you got guys like Amir Miller there that you saw, and really great the way they came down. And look, it was 21-7, Dave, and Castle Park came all the way back to make it 24-23. They made like a 49-yard touchdown pass down to the 1, and then they had a 2-point conversion. But that's what I'm talking about. The Braves kept their cool in the fourth quarter. They forced that turnover on downs and then went on a drive to score and then stopped, kind of stopped them again there afterwards. So what you said from Coach Simon, those were some great quotes, and really happy that the Braves got a win tonight.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we're just like you were with Mountain Empire. I'm so happy that we're able to get in touch with the El Cajon Valley Braves like it always has been, and that they are on the right track. We can remember some of the other great coaches, Norman Whitehead. He was definitely one of the older ones, but Coach George from my day, he was there quite a few years as well. Coach Watkins, he was even my math teacher. Oh man, there's all kinds of stories that just like you do with Helix. It's really been a program that's been up and down, and it's always the numbers are just not there. But I think looking at this team on the field, the speed that they have from their backs to their receivers to their quarterback, I just think they got all the speed in the world. And I think that the biggest thing they have is a lot of confidence in how they're playing now. I think they've ridded themselves of all those mistakes, and they've really paid attention to the film, corrected those mistakes, tweaked a couple of things, and now they look like a pretty competitive football team. And I'm not kidding. I think they could hold their own with the Sultans or the Wolfpack or Monte Vista. I think they can hang right in there, and Valhalla. So we're still on the fence. I mean, every week it changes in that valley.
Okay. No, I'm willing to put the Braves in a category that they can give the Norsemen a battle. I still think that we'll see. I mean, you got to play Santana, and Santana's been playing great. No doubt about it.
As well.
Yeah, no, these Valley teams are looking pretty good right now. The Braves are going to have to step up. I think they can. Those guys seem pretty smart. I think they can be honest with themselves what they need to do to be competitive in games. They definitely have a guy who can control a couple guys. All those guys that we kind of talked about there. You saw some of them there right now, but they've got guys like Amir Miller, like Leo Jones, like Babe Mossman. They've got a good kicker and freshman Jacob Bickett. Kashindi is one of the best running backs in the he's in the East County for sure because of his explosiveness. There aren't many backs that can do what he has been doing. And Jakari Wash looking pretty good in there as well. And you talk about the big guys up front there. Talked about Aiden Dixon, Laith Kamal. These guys were pretty strong for the Braves, and they've got to open the holes. And, when the Braves have some big guys in there, they can do it.
And hats off to Coach Simon. I mean, he's put the work in as well, coming from an 0-10 season, as they mentioned before. And I think these 2 wins are pretty crucial. I mean, you talked about all the other ones were winnable too, or the other 3 were winnable. But hey, we did win 2 of them, and back to back, I think they're on an uphill. And I think that going into that Santana game, are they going to go in there and just blow them out? Absolutely not. But I think it could indeed be a competitive game, and because it's at home, I think that also, believe it or not, the Braves do travel well, and they're at home especially. They have very supportive fans, so they got that for them too. And you can tell that they got all the confidence in the world in each and every one of all of them, and they're same thing as Monte Vista. They're a brotherhood.
All right, great job by the Braves tonight. Great to catch up with them and celebrate them as our lead coverage tonight, because
It's been a while.
looked real good, and that was a confident victory. Okay, let me go next here, Dave. We're going to go to the big game tonight real quick here, because we've got some highlights actually that we've able to come up with here. With Los Alamitos did get it done here, Dave, against Granite Hills. Let me see if I can run the highlights over the narration here. I don't know how loud it'll be, and I think I've only got highlights that appear over us, so I'll kind of read off what was going on. You're going to see a lot of Los Al. I was filmed from the Los Al perspective, but at the end there will be some Eagles highlights. You just to get some flavor of the. Los Alamitos scores a touchdown. So Granite Hills opened the game with a chance with another lead in the first quarter. Touchdown against the Eagles in early lead. Granite Hills kept going with a successful double pass, and we went up 14-7. Los Al quickly responded. Quarterback Colin Cleason for his second touchdown of the game, make it 14-14, and Cam Tillis running a touchdown. Granite Hills 21-21. However, Cleason added a rushing touchdown. Los Alamitos extended its lead after a Granite Hills turnover took a 45-21 advantage. Late in the first half, Granite Hills scored again before halftime, and it was 35-28. In the third quarter, Los Alamitos scored the first to lead after 42-28. Granite Hills remained within striking distance, scoring once more in the fourth quarter. A touchdown pass coming up here, and also you'll see Benitez getting in there. I know these are old shots. Here's Benitez scoring on a run, see him walking across right there, and then an onside kick is recovered there by Los Alamitos. So saw a touchdown pass in there as well from Granite Hills. The back and forth continued, putting Los Alamitos up 49-35. Then that late touchdown is what made it 49-42 with under 3 minutes remaining. But Los Alamitos, number 11 team in the state. Pretty good performance for Granite Hills here, Dave, losing by just 7 points on the road. Quite frankly, I thought they might lose by more, and they were behind there even though they led early, they were behind, playing a little bit catch up, but against a number 11 team on the road, I'd say it's a pretty good performance for Granite Hills, but they do have a second loss now.
That worries me a little bit, because you have Cathedral Catholic coming up too, and it's almost now become a must win, and we'll be talking about them later from Helix, but it really, I mean, 3 losses, that's going to be that might even knock them out of Division 1. I'd hate to see that happen, but we looked at this schedule.
Chance. They're Division 1 all the way.
But we looked at this schedule and we talked about it in depth, how tough it was. And Coach Cobbs has talked about how it's a playoff game. every single week is going to be a playoff game, and this team, I believe, looked better than the Perry team. I'm going to say they even look better than last week's team, even though there was more points scored. Like we found out, there was a little sickness going on throughout the team. Matter of fact, Coach Jones from Helix said he has the same thing going on there. Quite a few of his players are, you're close proximity, so a lot of them were sick, and it's harder to play, especially when you have to play this type of game. It's just high intensity. You can't be having any weakness. But I don't know. Granite Hills is really Cathedral Catholics, another tall order.
Yeah, no doubt. Cathedral with the win tonight over Helix. We'll get to that one as well. But yeah, you look at Granite Hills. They're playing a tough schedule, so no problem. I mean, they lost so far to Mission Hills last week, and now to Los Alamitos, and they got Cathedral next week. On the road, and then after that, Mount Miguel, Helix, the league schedule coming up. So no problem though. I thought this was a pretty strong performance by Granite Hills. Just couldn't overcome the number 11 team right now in the state. So no problem there. No, we had some highlights as well. Okay.
Yeah, good job. You know what? Good job by both sides of the ball too. It looks like Benitez was on point and looking better than they did last week. But 7 points, that's a loss. 1 point, that's a loss. And just Eagles getting their wings clipped 2 weeks in a row. That hurts a bit.
Yeah, pretty good job there by the Eagles. Let's continue on here, Dave. I do know that I want to say I do see it now. I'm looking at the highlights actually again. I put them together so fast that I did not see, but that indeed was DJ Wilkins. I'm pretty sure in the back of the end zone there on that one highlight that we got out of the game. So I want to thank Mo Patios for getting us that. Those highlights there that's up there in Orange County. They do a good job. Okay, Dave, I got another good one here, and we got a winner tonight with the Mount Miguel Matadors on the road at Poway. They made another statement showing their offense can go toe-to-toe with the section's best and come up big defensively as quarterback Jeremiah Loper threw 5 touchdowns, 2 of them to standout receiver A.J. Logan as the number 9 Matadors held off a furious Poway comeback for the 35-32 road win at Poway, Dave. Great job. Mount Miguel wasted no time getting its offense rolling after a defensive stop on Poway's opening series. Loper found Logan for a 12-yard score that put the Matadors ahead 7-0. Poway quickly answered with a rushing touchdown, but Loper and Logan connected once again late in the first quarter from 25 yards out, and it was 14-7. The Titans clawed back in the second quarter, cutting the deficit to 4 and a field goal. And Luke Jorgensen, the man, right? You talked about him, had a big game. Even in a loss, he can run all over you. And he had a big game against Mount Miguel. He scored a touchdown that made it 17-14. Mount Miguel nearly reclaimed the lead just before halftime on a long pass to Paris Vernon, but the Titans held at the goal line to stay in front at the break. Matadors roared in the third quarter. Loper connected on a 55-yard bomb to Tamarian Williams. Then he hit Brandon Arrington for an electrifying 83-yard touchdown to push Mount Miguel ahead 28-17. Even after Jorgensen's 35-yard score cut into the margin, the Matadors restored it again in the fourth as Porfilio, I believe it was, that hauled in the 12-yard strike to make it 35-25. Poway wasn't done. Jorgensen broke free, Dave, for a 58-yard touchdown run to bring the Titans within 3 with 4:21 left, but the Mount Miguel defense came up clutch in the closing minutes, shutting down Poway's last possessions to preserve the win. Loper, 5 touchdowns, spread the ball out to 4 different receivers with those scores. The Matadors won 3 straight and are proving that they're still a top 10 team as they knocked off a team that we had a little bit lower, but Poway 2-3 right now. Mount Miguel 4-1, building that momentum for next week. Dave, Mount
And
McGill.
definitely, I guess there is a pun intended, but definitely Loafer is not loafing around when it comes to winning these ball games. And we both picked the Titans to win this one,
Yeah,
but we did pick it to be I think a 3 point game or even a 1 point game,
yeah.
possibly
At
yourself.
one
So
point, I think.
and I thought a field goal. So it was to be expected. Mount McGill, like you said, is making a statement now, and for that Hills League, I mean, Granite Hills is probably looking down, going, "Holy cow, they're up top now." Now, let's not get too carried away either, though, because obviously the schedules are very quite they're quite more difficult on the other end. However, I don't want to steal any thunder from Coach V and the Mount McGill Matadors, as they have they haven't taken their foot off the throttle, and they're looking to be a team to beat in the hills. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That'll be great. Mount McGill. You look, we're giving Steel Canyon a lot of credit. We'll talk about their score in just a moment, but it's still Granite Hills, Mount McGill, and right now it might be Steel Canyon, then Helix, because there's another one here, Dave, from tonight, and it was no contest. Just as
Oh.
I don't know, we kind of said it would be tough. I thought Helix might be able to get a score or two, but Cathedral Catholic won it 49-0. Brady Palmer rushed 41 yards for a touchdown 2 minutes into the game. Helix's Dario Bartoletti had a 15-yard reception from Lee Norman Lester, and the Highlanders were keeping it close early. It was 7-0 late in the first quarter. They had a nice drive there, but then Titus Napoleon intercepted a pass for Cathedral. Then Isaac Cook broke off a 61-yard touchdown run in the second half. Honor Falave, three touchdowns on the night for Cathedral Catholic. One time they just left him wide open, like you don't know it's Honor Falave out there. And Flores also had an 8-yard run in the third quarter for Cathedral, and they got another one. It was 21-0 at halftime, Dave. So it wasn't a total domination there early. The Helix was hanging in. Their last touchdown was actually late in the first half, so it was 14-0 for most of the first half there. But tonight, Cathedral Catholic gets the win to improve to 4-0 there. You have them at number 2, so there you go.
Well, you know what? I think I mentioned to you, I had some conversation with Coach Jones prior to the game, and he was talking about the offensive side looks apart. Thinks they played 2 open teams and top Division 1 teams so far. The record is not an indicator of how good they are. Then that he personally thinks they are very talented, but they have their work cut out for him. And this is prior to the game. Lee had a great, and remember, Lee did have a great game last week. He said that they were emphasizing running more and with him, and he was talking about how he was electric with his legs, which we talked about before I even got this information when we were doing our picks. But O-line gave him a great job of giving running lanes. This was the week before, and he just wanted to say, you know what, this will be a tough matchup for them, but we look forward to playing Cathedral every year. Lee has been trying to make things happen for us. However, once again, like I just mentioned earlier, the injury bug has taken over their clubhouse or their locker room, however you want to put it. And, I think that they just need to be pounding the rock and continue to do that. It just seems like the quarterback position is still not solidified. And shoot, being that my team is professionally has had more quarterbacks, I think has a league record in the NFL of having so many quarterbacks till they finally found one. And I think that's the struggle that Helix is having. And you can see when you don't have a top quarterback or at least uh, I mean that's your best position. So if you don't have a quarterback that's on top of his game, it's going to be a long season. And unfortunately, so far, that may be the case. And that's really not normal, as you know, for the Highlanders. But tough road ahead, and league starting. Um, I I mean they play hard, but it's going to be an uphill battle. Uh, Sorry for the Highlanders, but you lost to a very high quality team, and like I said earlier, and you mentioned it too, Ramon. Number two, Cathedral Catholic is what I call it. Heck, I think they're right there with Lincoln, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. Helix going to have to rebound here and get things going. They look maybe a little bit right now. Cathedral is just too strong here at this point for Helix to take on right now. They came into La Mesa, and it was a locally televised game tonight, so it was a little bit tough to
Yeah.
watch there because everybody's watching here tonight. And it's usually such a great game with Helix and Cathedral, but not right now. It's just not working out. Okay. Here's the one that worked out big time. And how about this, Dave? It was Steel Canyon winning again over Valhalla.
Oh
Yeah, over
man.
Valhalla here. So, look, we knew it was probably coming like this, but the Hamashaw helmet will remain with Steel Canyon after the 21st ranked Cougars rolled 58-6 on Friday night. We'll cover the highlights in the on EastCountySports.com in a game story here. I think this week the Cougars struck early with a touchdown pass. Kaha threw it to his big tight end, and then added a 7-yard rushing score from Abel Lopez. I think they tacked on the conversion actually on both scores, including a toss. Josiah Stalker got a kind of a pitch, and he threw it left-handed there. I think to the tight end again. It was 16-0. So Steel Canyon goes on to win this one here tonight, heavily tilted in favor of the Cougars. So look, Steel Canyon's 5-0, Dave, for the first time since 2019 here. So that's big time at this point, because I do feel like they've passed the Highlanders here right now in the Hills League. And hey, who knows? When you go up against the Matadors, they're looking great, but the Cougars have that right matchup because of their strength, I think, inside and what they can do. So I'm actually thinking maybe it will be a great game when Steel Canyon takes on Mount Miguel this season in league play. So the Norsemen, look, they're gonna, hey, that'll be a game against the Braves when they get together. But I know they can knock off one of these teams. I think it's just this was a tough matchup. But kudos to the teams for still playing the perpetual trophy game here.
Yeah, and we all are the two of us, and I'm sure everybody else too. Steel Canyon, I think we underestimated them at the beginning of the season. I think they are they're that sneaky team. I think that's going to they're going to get some more wins, and they may even only lose one or two more games. I'm being honest. From what I've seen, on the offensive side, and the defensive side, even special teams, and I think they have potentially one of the best quarterbacks in the county, to be quite honest, and the numbers show it.
Yeah, for sure. Look, great job by Steel Canyon, and that'll only help Valhalla to play a tough team like that, I think, moving forward here, Dave. So just a big win, though, and big news there for Steel Canyon. Join me over at East County Sports. We'll have the game story, I think, on this one. Dave kind of described the action there because it was I kind of left that game kind of early because of some of the other drama that we had on some of these games. So, all right, great job there by the Cougars. Okay, yep, yeah. Okay, we'll get more on that one. All right, let me see here, Dave, and let me get another one. Oh, I'm going to give this one to you here, Dave. I'm going to send it over to you right now because you were kind of focused in and getting some great contact from the Christian Patriots here tonight. They did go on. They end up dropping this one, Dave, by the score of 28-14 here to Santa Fe Christian tonight. But pretty good game out there. And for Christian, look, I think that they were an underdog for sure in this game. They were taking on the number 17 ranked team in the county. I don't have quite Christian yet, quite up there with some of those teams. I think with coming in at 1-2, they right now they're 1-3. It feels like they're better than their record indicates, Dave. But you were getting some communication from the Patriots tonight.
Yeah, and the first half, it wasn't looking good. Or actually,
they played this one at Grossmont. We were talking about it. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, the first quarter, it was a pretty close game, and it looked like it might possibly be a defensive game.
Mm-hmm.
And then Santa Fe Christian, I don't know what it is. They've been having the Patriots number as of late, but we figured, hey, playing at Grossmont High, neutral field, maybe that would be in favor. I thought it would be in favor of the Christian Patriots, but the turnovers have been really, I think, taking them out of games, and they're timely turnovers. Like, you don't want to, like in the fourth quarter when you're driving and you're throwing picks, you can't do that and win football games, whether it's high school, college, or professional. And not that I don't want to take anything away from quarterback Caleb Runkle. Open the game. They had the bye with authority, capping like I said, the first drive on a 5-yard rushing touchdown to put Christian up 7-0 midway through the first quarter. The Patriot defense held tough early, but Santa Fe Christian found rhythm late in the first half, reeling off 21 unanswered points to take it 21-7. So they were leading 21-7. That's going to kind of deflate your balloon a little bit. I don't think Christian has that type of mindset. I think that they bounce back, and that's exactly what they did in the second half. Christian special teams sparked life in the third quarter when I talk about him every week. It seems to be when Kai Rozier ripped off a 30-yard punt return down to the Eagles' 4-yard line. 2 plays later, our good buddy Hank Houston, which we haven't. Oh no, we talked about him last week too. Punched in the short touchdown to cut the deficit to 21-14, swinging the momentum back toward the. Well, it wasn't really their home sideline, but it was for tonight. The Patriots defense delivered another big moment in their fourth quarter when Gage Humora came up with an interception, giving the Christian another shot. But unfortunately, another wasted opportunity, and I think we got to get it's getting to the point that they got to stop giving the ball away at the wrong time. The offense couldn't capitalize. Santa Fe Christian tacked on one more score to secure the victory. We had our chances. Head coach said.
Yeah, no, we didn't get. That was a filler I put in there, Dave. We didn't get anything from the coach.
But anyway,
space in there for some quotes if we get them. Yeah.
Yeah, Christian can't leave points on the field. I mean, and that's what I was just saying. And you know what? They played their hearts out, but the loss now drops Christian to 1-3, while Santa Fe Christian stays perfect at 5-0. And I think this is one of the better Santa Fe Christian teams, even than the last 2-3 years. To be honest, Patriots have to really regroup. They got to get in that film room and maybe spend some extra time in there and really focus on not giving the ball away and in key times, I mean, if you're at the 10 or you're at the 7, if you're in the red zone at all, you have to capitalize on that. You can't be throwing interceptions. Um, so, what I was also going to say, because I had our buddies out there along with Vic Morano taking some great photos. I can't wait to get those to add those to our collection and his Instagram at that we usually send people to. Uh, but their statistician, uh, Robert Davila, and good friend of mine, Andy Fierro, were kind of giving me some updates. We had a couple of videos.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Dave. Let me. We did have a couple of highlights from the game. Let me bring those to you. Maybe you can describe to us what we're seeing here. This is Runkle taking off on a run here to extend his drive. The interception by Gates and Roy late in the game here. But they did go on to get another touchdown and make it 28-14. So thanks to the Patriots for bringing us a little color there of that one.
Yeah, and the big interception by Pat's Cage, number 37 that you saw with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Pat's down 14-21. And then there were 138 left in the game. That is what I'm talking about, and that's got to be the most frustrating thing for head coach Patrick Bugg. Turning over the ball at that time on fourth down, Runkle sacked. Eagles take over on the 36-yard line. 28-14. They lose the game. And that's another one. So you got the bye, and what is that, 3 in a row, I believe, that they've lost?
Oh, boy.
So do I think that this is of some concern? I definitely do, because now they're going to start league play, and none of those teams are going to roll over either. So it just gets tougher than it has been. I think they should have at least split on these 5 games prior. And remember, this was a game that was not even on the calendar up until probably, about 2 weeks ago? And I still don't understand why they didn't play it at Valley Stadium, but I don't know, maybe they had some kind of, like you said, some kind of soccer event or something to that effect.
Maybe flag football game. I don't know. That's what I was, maybe the flag football game.
But yeah,
something was going on there. They couldn't play the game. They remember it was a late scheduled game, so if someone's got the field already or something, that's just the way it goes.
But you got to understand, Christian's going back up with the big boys. They got better and better, and you get rewarded for that. But then you also get rewarded with more talent on the other side of the teams that you're facing. So. Unfortunate for the Patriots. I was hoping to get them on tonight and be celebrating maybe a narrow win, maybe by 7 or by a field goal. But unfortunately, giving the ball away, that wasn't going to make it tonight. But we wish the Patriots all the best, and maybe next league game, they go on a tear.
All right, Dave. Next up, a game you kept your eye on here tonight with El Capitan defeating. Dave, listen to this. We should have had this game pinned here. In fact, the Massey ratings had it exactly right. Listen to this. So El Capitan won 38-0. We didn't have that right. We kind of were giving Monta Vista a big chance, but El Capitan scored 38 points against Monte Vista for the fourth consecutive year. They scored 38 last year, 38 the year before, and 38 the year before. 4 straight games, El Cap scored 38 points against Monte Vista. Just something to think about here, though, just the fact that you have basically a top contender for the Valley League up there with Grossmont, up there with Santana, going up against the team that just won the championship of the Valley League, and it was 38-0, although it was on the road.
Well,
Third straight win for El Cap, by the way.
I gotta say, El Capitan, I think it's, let's not just say Monte Vista didn't just lay down. I think that El Capitan has slowly, just like last year, and I sound like a broken record, I'm sure, but they continue to win. This is their third straight win, and they did something similar last year, and they won a championship. And I think that they're doing the same thing. It's like they have to get the rust out in a little oil, if you will, and get that rust out. I also got some information. Sean wanted to comment on the game. Spencer Chastain and Ryder Powers both had, and I saw those, had interceptions. Bruin Ford had a couple of sacks, and these were not pleasurable sacks by any means. I mean, they were getting running start. And what happened on one of the plays, the right tackle, he didn't even see him, and he left it wide open, and he just got crushed. And then let's see here. Todd Carter had some big stops. They're starting 6 sophomores, and get this, including Sean McDade's son,
Brady.
And I obviously you knew that. So it took us a little while to get clicking on offense, but have started to figure some things out. Schedule gets more difficult coming up, as pretty much everybody's does. But they like where they're at right now, and that's defensive coordinator Sean McDade, and those are his comments on it. I will say, watching that game, it was El Capitan beating Monte Vista, but it was also Monte Vista beating themselves. Taylor throwing, I believe it was 2 picks. He was doing a lot. He was under duress the whole evening. A lot of, at least that I can count here, 4 sacks. And they were all for -3, -2, -5. It was just hard for him to move forward. However, he did have in the second quarter a 53-yard pass. I did not see the receiver that caught it. The camera, they didn't do
Are you talking about the last touchdown?
No, this wasn't even a touchdown. This was Monte Vista.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Taylor threw a 53-yard pass, completed it, but I didn't see the receiver that caught it because the camera didn't catch up with, you know how these cameras work, and it didn't catch up with him. But you could tell and where they marked the ball, and it was 53 yards. Taylor had a couple of good runs, 10-yard run. But El Capitan was doing some real strange things too. Direct snaps to number 55. I believe he's a linebacker.
That's Benegas.
Why is he wearing 50? Anyway.
Yeah, that's Bryce Benegas.
And he's doing these fakes. He not only was taking the direct snap, but as he's running, he's acting like he's going to throw it to the left side, or on the far side, I should say, and then tucked it in, took a couple of hits, carried a couple of guys with him. It was just talk about a team win, and we had a reverse that turned into a touchdown as well. Yeah, that was as a matter of fact, that was in the second quarter also, and that was from Hayden to uh, Venegas, 10 yards. Oh, and then the reverse was actually to number 3 um, from El Cap.
Oh,
For
Spencer Chastain.
Yeah, for a 10-yard touchdown on a reverse. And Monte Vista went the complete opposite way. They sold it. They sold it to me. I thought he had the ball. I can just say, Coach Berner, he really did his homework on this one, and a great balance of run. He had towards the end a guy I don't see usually carrying the ball, number 12, and
For El
also
Capitan?
yes,
Oh, I think that's Dante Painter.
and then 7. He had a 14-yard touchdown
Yeah,
run.
no, I know his last name is Clark. I apologize. I don't know his first name. He wasn't on the roster, but I'm pretty sure his last name is Clark. We could probably clean that up here when we get the stories written.
Oh yeah, but I mean, just looking at every play, Monte Vista was just shooting themselves in the foot. I don't know what happened. Castillo had quite a few good runs too. He wasn't their main runner though today. Let's see, for Monte Vista, Jenkins had a nice 30-yard kickoff return. Taylor had a fumble as well. It was a mess on both sides of the ball, as far as Monte Vista was concerned, and it was like the tale of two different games. I mean, the difference was amazing, and they've been playing so tough on defense, but yet Coach Berner figured them out and was scoring at will. And he mixed it up with everything. Like I said, reverses, little dinks and dunks, direct snaps, wildcat style. Um, you name it, he tried it, and he was successful with 95% of those plays that he drew up, and not calling a lot of timeouts, just sending the play in, and they looked really good. El Capitan looked like definitely a top competitor, and that they're not going to just go down in the Hills League. I think that some of these teams might have to consider them in the equation. And they got two of the best coaches, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, so third win in a row for El Capitan after that 2-0-2 start with that great defense. It's allowed just 46 points in 5 games so far. Monarchs fall here in this one. Not great. I'm sure they want to fare better. Bruin Ford had a big strip sack of Taylor that set up one of those red zone opportunities. So great job there by El Capitan. All right, Dave, I don't have too much on this one. Maybe you do, but Grossmont was able to get another win here tonight on the road to improve to 3-1. They were in off their bye, and they were able to pick up a win here on the road at Otay Ranch. Foothillers lead the all-time series 5-3 all-time, but I really don't have too much on this one, Dave, other than the fact that Grossmont did get out to kind of a lead early and led 14-6 early in the game, and then held on for the win here.
Yeah, I usually actually get. Sometimes Coach Lawrence is a little late on his highlights in his head, and
Okay, no problem.
picking out the guys, but I will definitely get those. But and I think yeah, we both or do we split on that? I can't recall, but I did. I know I picked Grossmont, and I thought that they were the better team due to the fact that Otay Ranch. I was suspect of their defense, and obviously that ended up being the case. But it looked like it was a pretty good game there. Um, I thought it was going to be a lot higher scoring, and that Grossmont was going to win by multiple touchdowns. So for 1-4 Otay Ranch, that's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, so good job there by the Hillers to get that road win. My apologies, I just didn't have any much info on this one, but we do have the score and we have the victory for Grossmont. They improved to 3-1 with a road win here, Dave, over Otay Ranch on the road. And for Grossmont, coming in off of a bye, now they're set and ready. One more game here. They're going to host Mira Mesa in a rematch next week of one of the best games of the season last year for sure. I remember that great game that those two teams had. Mira Mesa was up against Scripps Ranch tonight. I'll see if I can get that one here as we go ahead and move on. All right, Dave, a great game here for Mountain Empire. 4-1.
Yes.
Mountain Empire wins again here right now, and they're the hottest team going. At this point, Mountain Empire showed why they've been one of the most improved teams in the section this season, cruising to a 34-0 victory over Tri-City Christian in their league over. I think it was 34-0. I kind of confirmed that with Coach Cam out there. It was senior running back Maxwell Anderson set the tone early, breaking through the defense for a 19-yard rushing touchdown, giving Mountain Empire an early lead. Linebacker Jason Landman was a one-man highlight reel, continued in every phase of the game with a rushing touchdown there. He also had a conversion run, I believe, and a receiving touchdown and an interception. Big game for Jason Landman tonight. Quarterback Chance Ross also had a big day, tallying 2 rushing touchdowns and 1 passing touchdown, keeping Tri-Cities Christian's defense off balance here throughout the night. The Redhawks also played terrific defensively here, and they went on to win with big contributions from some of the players mentioned. Maybe we'll get a few more details, but hey, all you need to know right now is that Mountain Empire has rolled again here. 4-1 right now for the Redhawks, Dave. Big turnaround here under Coach Cam out there in Pine Valley. They will host, I believe, Victory Christian next week.
And that should be another W for sure. We talked about this one too. Tri-City Christian. I'm sorry, but they didn't stand a chance of these red hot Redhawks. And even though it was at their place, Mountain Empire's just got so much, and I think it does have a lot to do with the coaching, and they just got some real good talent out there in Pine Valley. Once again.
All right, there's one other score to report tonight. It was Maranatha Christian beating Foothills Christian 58-6. All right, Dave, that was a pretty good show, man. We had the El Cajon Valley Braves here with us in their big win tonight. Man, that was awesome for the Braves. It's really cool to finally get those guys on the air. Boy, it seems like they really have turned it around there. They were the ones they played that famous CIF quarterfinal game against Castle Park. You mentioned Abe Muhazy. I don't know if the guys knew who Abe was actually, but he had 6 touchdowns in that game. Remember they originally said Castle Park was ruled ineligible for the postseason, and they were going to have to forfeit. But then they made them play the game, and they got a home game out of it. I'm trying to remember that whole situation, but there was some hijinks in that season. I may write that in the story here when I try to remember. I'll have to look back and see how that went down. Castle Park was ineligible. They went to court. They were able to play the game at home or something like that anyway. But great job by the Braves tonight, kind of our featured coverage. And also want to mention, Dave, you mentioned that Santa Fe Christian, they did the job on our Patriots, but the all-time series is 17-17 now between, and they did have one tie, by the way, but 17-17 in that one. So also tonight with the Steel Canyon, those 58 points, a quick look at the the stats here. This will be their, I believe their second highest game total in school history, 58, if I'm not mistaken. Then 61 or 62 against Bishops in the CIF playoffs back about 8 years ago or so. So I'll check up on that one too, try to find the right statistics there in that one. So also, Cathedral Catholic over Helix, they shut out the Scotties for the third time in the last 5 meetings. So just a few news and notes there. And thank you for getting the Braves here with us and your work tonight and our sponsors.
Yeah, and I thought, after I was keeping my tabs on the Christian Patriots, and I was keeping my tabs on the Braves, and I thought, well, could we get them both on? I was hoping to get them both on, but then I thought, oh boy, our Patriots dropped one, but I said, but our Braves didn't. So let's get a hold of Coach Simon, and he was more than happy to. I mean, we almost got the whole team. I mean, he said no, they're excited, they're ready to go. I mean, we don't normally have to do that. Hey, hold on, we usually are waiting for everybody to get showered or whatever they're doing. And this time, the Braves are
I
like,
know,
no.
and I know I disappointed you because I didn't run the on the bus graphic. So I better do it here for you, Dave, because we got the Braves there. They were at home, so they weren't on the bus. The graphic up there too. That's okay. Our sponsors deserve a shout out here, and we'll be back next week. So great job, Dave.
Yep. It wasn't a great week for all of our teams, but some pretty key wins. And again, how about those Braves?
Yep, it's good that we focus them as our featured coverage here tonight, and maybe we'll get another chance to do it with them next week against Santana. But nonetheless, we want to try to get to everybody if we can. So hopefully we'll catch up with some of the other winners here in the weeks to come when we get together in league play. We know one league's kind of starting up, the other one in the following week. So we'll catch up next week here. All right, great job, Dave, and thank you to our sponsors, Granite Mortgage, Lakeside Equipment, and Touchdown Plumbing. For Dave Dickens, I'm Ramon Scott. We'll catch you next week on the East County Sports Network.